the dark goddess Sisterhood of Avalon. I want to talk today about Morgen Lafaye, Morgana, the dark lady of our land, the lady that called me when I was on the Priestess of Avalon course. She kept coming to me. There is a wonderful triptych in the goddess temple, and she is there in her dark dress with her dark headdress, and her fingers are crooked and saying, "Come, come to me, be with me. You are one of those who are called to the cauldron of Avalon. You are called to the fires. You are called to this land." And although I had no idea what was going to happen to me next, I accepted the invitation. What's the worst that could happen, I thought. My name is B, and I work here in Avalon, Glastonbury. I am a full-time priestess. I hold my own temple here in Avalon. I also work with the Glastonbury Goddess Temple, and I am what very few people can really understand, in service to the community here at all times. And that means 3 o'clock in the morning when someone's husband has passed away. But Morgan and Ceridwen and Hecate and Nephthys and Lilith have always been with me. They are the dark goddess sisterhood, and they are inviting all of us to create a circle of the dark goddesses. So why the dark goddess? Is that because I'm full of shadow? Is it because I have no confidence in what I'm doing? Does it look like that? I hope not. But what it is really is that when darkness comes into our lives, the uncomfortable darkness, not the soft darkness that you go to sleep to when you close your eyes, when you let your imagination flow, that shadowed darkness that is so dense in our world right now. What can we do? Can we go out there and fight against the increasing violence, the increasing unawareness, unconsciousness of so many people? Not physically, no. But that's what our mind is for. My body is the body of a female. If anybody was to attack me, I'd be gone. I'm not worth much in a fight. But my mind is very strong. And I often think that the more challenged the physical being is, the more their mind expands and grows. In my life, there are many things that I had to say, I can't do that. I'm not built like you. My hands, my body is not like yours. So I use my imagination, my intuition, my insights to travel to the places in the world and do the things that I can't do in this physical body. And we all have that ability. That is a goddess-given gift to all of us. Our imagination is the direct doorway to our soul space, where we can fulfill our soul purpose, even if we do so in the astral realm, in the etheric. And all these terms are nowadays jargon in our priestess community. And I do see so many more, how shall we put it, polished presentations that people call to you to become the priestess of this, that and the other. But do they actually really tell you what it is to be a priestess? Can they? Because are they actually priestesses in the real world? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. And I urge you that when you consider going on a priestess course, ask the person, where do you serve? How long have you been doing this? Where did you learn? Who was your teacher in this world and in all the others? Because to be quite honest, you are allowed to ask those questions. I always say to people that come and apply for my courses, I'm not interviewing you. You are choosing to see whether I'm the right teacher for you. So one of the things that we do in the Dark Goddess training, and this was something that has developed and is continuing to develop with all the people who've been on the course, we continue the work even once the course is finished, is our work in the outer world. So I can't really explain it in a video, but I show you some of the tools that we are using. Now, for some of you, these may be ridiculous and you may think, what are you talking about? But I want to tell you that when I worked with Caradwen, and I have done so for over 20 years, at one point she said to me, you have your own sisters. It is time that you called my sisters into the circle, because you're isolating me. You're saying, oh, I'm priestess of this, I'm priestess of that, I'm priestess of the other. You're isolating me. All of you are isolating your tutelary goddess. You can love me and I love you, but when it comes to the work, the more we have, the better it will be, the stronger it will be. And so I listened and I asked her, what do you want me to do? I always ask Goddess that. What do you need me to do? What do you want me to do? And are you sure I'm the right person to do it? You know, I don't really need another job. I've got enough as it is. But we serve, and that's exactly what I mean. We don't just serve when it is convenient to us. We just don't do the work that we want to do. When you're a true priestess, you do everything. Cleaning the toilets to being the high ceremonialist in front of 150 people. You can do it all. And you do it with joy, because you know that you make a difference, regardless of what it is that you're doing. So I show you one of my favorite tools, and this is from a wonderful couple that I learned with, Neil and Zena Hammond, when we did the Atlantean training. And what I was fascinated by was the fact that how closely related the channeled training for Atlantean was to what we are doing in the Avalon soul healing. It was uncanny, and yet it made perfect sense. Of course, the goddesses and gods are calling to everyone that can listen. And whether we in the human realm call these things differently, they all have the same purpose. They are drawing in the energy that they need to send out into the world to the places that need the help. Whatever we can spare. And that is just the same abundance that we are so often talking about and so often misunderstand as just material abundance. When we have the abundance of energy, when we have the leisure to create more, which we in the West have more than anyone else, then we have also the duty to everyone in the world to send that energy somewhere where it can be used for good. And as you can see, and I'm not moving it myself, this is where the pendule is saying, yep, B, I absolutely get it, you're right. It is a confirmation that there are beings with us wherever we are. See, it stopped now. Wherever we are, that confirmation that there is a team of people all around us that wants to help us harness our own powers so that we can help others heal, that we can help others when there's suffering. And there is so much suffering in the world right now. It drives me to tears on a regular basis. And yet I don't let it hurt me. I don't let it hold me back from doing the work that needs to be done. And that is the Dark Goddess Sisterhood in Avalon. We do the jobs nobody else either sees or wants to do. And not just that, we have a wonderful sisterhood that goes out and has, if you've ever been to Avalon, and you know, the Abbey tea rooms with the best scones in the world. So we do have a great deal of fun, but we also know what our job is, what our work is, what our dedication and devotion goes to. Now, if you've been to the White Spring, you have probably seen this lovely gentleman who sells his homemade things. So one of the things that I love best and that I fell in love with is his crystal wand. And the reason I fell in love with this wand is because, look, it's got an aqua aura quartz. Now, the aqua aura quartz is incredibly important to the Dark Goddess Sisterhood. And if you want to know more, you can always ask. But this is internal work, inner work, the work of the inner world, the magic, the power. This is not outer court work where we become the ceremonialists, where we become the ritualists, for participants and observers to see the priestesses in action in Avalon. That is the priestess of Caledon course, and that is outer world work. But this baby is mine, and I use it a lot, and it has a copper wand, which means it transmits energy and a lot of information, and it helps me send the information where it needs to go. So these are just two of the tools that we work with here in this Dark Goddess Sisterhood. And we start the journey with Morgen Lafaye. And not the Morgen Lafaye that you have heard of, not the Morgen Lafaye that is King Arthur's sister, that is King Arthur's incestuous sister. All of these things need to be wiped away. All of that consciousness needs to be cleared, because who Morgen Lafaye really is here in Avalon at this time is so much better, so much more. And if you want to know more, do go and have a look at our website. Do go and have a look at the link that I'm going to post underneath. The new course starts on the 21st of September, and it starts with her. And I will make some videos for all of you to show you what the work is that we do. Glastonbury Avalon is under attack at this moment. We are being sanitized quietly and, without any fuss, without any fanfare. 1 minute you see a place here that is normal every day, as you've known it for years. Next day, it is sanitized. And they did that to the Willow Walk the other day. And the Willow Walk is where I connect with Morgen Lafaye. And I was devastated. And I was like, how could they do this? They're trying to attract a different kind of pilgrim. They're trying to attract the tourists who come, stay a day, and take the bus back out of Avalon, Glastonbury, saying they've seen Goddess, or they've seen the Abbey, or they've seen the Chalice Well. If you truly want to know Glastonbury, you have to stay at least a week. If you truly want to know Avalon, you have to stay forever, because that is what will happen to you when you truly dive into Avalon. But the beautiful thing about this is, as I said, you can connect with all of that in your mind's eye. You can connect with all of that in your imagination. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we did a journey. And in the journey, I was given by a celestial being. And I'm not really that keen on celestial beings. I always say that. I can't even say the word angel. But I was given this particular symbol right where you can see it. It's not an affectation. It's not for me to show off, oh, look how I am. This is something that they asked me to place on my body so that I can beam through my third eye all that needs to be beamed. It's going to cause a lot of trouble with my husband. He doesn't feel very comfortable with facial tattoos. And the tattoo for the priestess of Avalon was already a big step for him, a big step in his evolution. Now it's going to get worse. I haven't told him yet, so psst. Anyway, if you're interested in working with the dark goddesses, if you're interested in going deeper into your own psyche, getting in contact with your own soul, finding out what your soul purpose is, finding out what your soul essence is that was wanted in this world at this time, then have a look. Go, see what you feel, and if it is for you, give me a shout and we can talk about it. Sending you lots of love from Morgana and myself, and blessed be.